Alright guys, what's up? Good morning. So this is a PSA. Recently a friend of mine, she told me that they charge her $250 to change her oil on her BMW. I think she drives a 328. You know, like what is it, like an E92? Something like that. So it must be like a 2010, 2011, 2008. And you know, I thought it was really excessive, and I thought it would be nice to just do a basic oil change since it's due on my X5, which is an X15 model year, the 3.0 single twin power turbo. And just to kind of show you guys how it's done, in my experience, because it's a BMW, it's actually easier. The oil filter on these suckers is up here, and so sometimes on Hondas or Nissans, Toyotas, the oil, and because it's kind of hidden, it makes it that much more difficult to get to. And so, you know, I think it's actually easier on BMW. So let me show you what I'm going to use today. Got my napkins, of course, because oil is going to spill. Got some sockets, a wrench. This is to take out the oil filter, my oil filter, and then of course my oil and my trusty hat for when I go inside the under the SUV. So a very important step, of course. Primarily, you want to lift the vehicle. You can do that with a jack. You can do that with some ramps. If you're going to jack it up, you want to use some jack stands. So these are some jack stands. The way they work is once you lift it, they get caught in these grooves. It'll hold the vehicle up in case for whatever reason the vehicle drops. It'll save you. Definitely use them. You know, learn how they work before you use them, and put them on the right area on the vehicle. There's some areas where if you put it on and the vehicle falls, it's not really going to do anything. It's just going to bend. So you need to know where to place them. So I would encourage you to invest in some of these if you're going to be using jacks, or get some ramps. So just to get it to go down, that's it. Alright. The other thing you're going to need, of course, is a pan to catch the oil. You can get that at any auto parts store, or get something like this. This is actually used for construction. I got it at Home Depot for like 10 bucks. Alright, we're under the SUV now. This particular one has a metal cover down here, since it is an SUV. And you can off-road it, that's why they did that. But most of them are going to have plastic under here, something similar to this. And they're usually a little trap door that you got to pry open to get to the oil drain plug. And so we're going to take that out now. This oil drain plug happens to be metal, which I prefer. I have seen some that have plastic. If you have a plastic one, I would recommend changing it for a metal bolt. Alright, so the next thing is you want to find your socket size correct. You want to make sure it's tight, that it's not loose. You can strip this bolt if it's tightened real hard. For me, this is 17. And so you just get that guy in there. You make sure you're going to loosen it up. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. So we're going to go to the left. Oh, there we go. And it's loose. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take this sucker out. Now you're probably going to get dirty with some oil, so let's go get some napkins. Alright, so I got some napkins handy here. And I'm going to take this drain plug out. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some oil on my hands. But it's got to be done. So here we go. Bam. And that oil was very ready to be changed. It's pretty black. If I'm honest, I went about 500 miles more than I would have loved to. And that's it. So we're just going to let that oil drain for now. Alright, so once you have the bolt out, you want to give it a really good clean before you put it in. This does take a washer that needs to be added back on. So this is your oil filter kit here. Oil filter. These are the gaskets that are going to go around the oil filter. This black one, this red one, I'll show you how those go in. These are specific to BMW cars, or maybe Volkswagen, Audis, Mercedes. This one right here is the nut that's going to go, the washer that's going to go in here. Let's go ahead and get that out. Alright, super simple. It's out now. We're going to prepare it, and it's good to go. That's how it should look. Now, if this didn't come out with the bolt, then make sure it's still not on the oil pan, because it could be stuck there for some reason, so make sure it's out. Next up, we're going to remove this oil filter housing. The way you do that is, I have this tool. If you don't have one, you can use a belt or just muscle it out, but it is going to be a little bit harder. I'll show you the way this works. Alright, got this sucker here. And the other one's the bottom of the car. So I'll just put this guy on here. Super simple. And make sure, again, righty tighty, lefty loosey. We're going to loosen the sucker up. There we go. And just like that. Now the other thing that I like to do is put napkins all around here, because some oil is inevitably going to spill. So let me prep that. Alright, and this is how I do it. I just put the towels all around, because when you lift this up, oil is going to be dripping down and it's really hard to catch it. The other thing I like to do is have a bag ready. When this oil filter comes out, I put the oil filter right on the bag on top of this little piece here. So let me get a bag. Alright, this is an old grocery bag, but any bag really will do. Again, you just want to catch the filter, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll probably use both hands because I don't want to make a mess here. And so, but you get the idea. Alright, so I just got it out, and fairly simple. Just brought it out from here, put it in here, try to not get any oil on any of the other stuff. And now, so I'm just going to separate the oil filter from this housing. Shouldn't be too hard. Alright, here we go. It's already loose, so basically you just take it out. This filter could go in either way. And then these are the rubbers gaskets that I'm going to change. This red one here, and at the tip of the filter there's this other one here, which for me on the new packet is black. But either way, you want to just make sure you change these two. Once you I take them off with a little pick or a screwdriver, however you want to take them off, and then put them back in. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Once I add them back in, I do add a little bit of oil to both of them. And then out here you'll see that there's some oil left over. I like to clean that up with a napkin just to absorb all that dirty oil. No matter what you do, there's going to be dirty oil left behind, but I like to clean it up. Alright, so check this out. This is a tool that I use. I got it Harbor Freight, super cheap, maybe like $5 or less. I've had it forever, so I use this. I kind of pry it in there, take it out. The same for this. There you go. And just pull on that. I'll need both hands, so I'm not going to record me taking it out, but you get the idea. Alright, and like I was saying, these are the gaskets that I'm going to use to replace on there. And so let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, I got my new rubber gaskets on here. New rubber gasket on there. I gave it a nice clean. And just put this sucker in. Like I said, you can put it this way or this way, it doesn't matter. Make sure it goes all the way in. Now I have seen on some cars where this piece is missing or broken or something. You definitely need it. So if it is broken, they sell that piece individually, or you can get a new oil filter housing. Okay, so the next step is pretty simple. We're gonna get this sucker over here. I gotta clean that up real quick. 1 second. Alright, it's cleaned up. Tighten it up. Get your napkins out of the way here. And I'm going to use the wrench to tighten it. Alright, lastly, you want to tighten this. You want to look at your manual for torque specifications. Don't judge me on the intake. I'm doing an experiment here. Okay. Actually, you don't even got to look for it. It's on the actual cover there. And once you're done torquing it, I got a little torque gun, not gun, but wrench I'm going to use. Once you torque it, you're done. This just comes right back off. One time, I had somebody do this for me, and this started seeping oil through here. And I took it back out, and what had happened is they had left that gasket, that rubber gasket, the red one, goes around there. They didn't put it in the right location. It was allowing oil to come back and made a mess. So make sure that oil gasket, the little red one, the ring, the O-ring, is going in the right place where it needs to go. Alright guys, so by now the oil's been draining for quite some time. You always want to let it drain for a considerable amount of time so that the dirty oil goes out. I'm going to go ahead and put the drain plug back in, and then we'll go to the next step. Now, this beautiful cutie over here, Miss Lonnie, is one of the reasons I'm making this video, and my other daughter Abby, because I want them to be able to change their oil, to worry about spending $250 when they grow up. Plus, with this, I'm all in. The oil was about $40 at Costco, full synthetic. This is what I'm using right now. I'm not going. I try to change it about 6,000 miles. So this is what I use. It's worked fine for me. It's really inexpensive, And oil filter is about 10 bucks. So I'm all in like $50, and I know what kind of oil went in my car. I know I didn't mess anything up, and so I like that. All right, so now we're back under. You can see there's a small little drip coming out. That'll tell you that the oil is pretty much done being drained out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the plug back in. All right, here we go. And you want to go ahead and tighten it. You always want to torque your stuff. Personally, my dad and I used to just go off of feeling, but you should torque it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my torque wrench and torque it. Alrighty then, we're out to the last steps. You're gonna take your funnel. You want to make sure it's super clean, or else it's gonna be a mute point if you use a dirty funnel. This particular engine, it's a M55 gas engine. Like I said earlier, it's a turbo engine. Takes 6.95, I think, quarts of oil. You know, check how much oil your engine takes, and then just go ahead and fill it up. All right, once you got your oil in there, you're pretty much done. That you still want to do, you want to check the oil to see how much oil is in the make sure you filled it out correctly. The process for that car is going to be different. And then the other thing you want to do is reset the oil light. Again, the process for that's going to vary depending on what vehicle you drive. If you search my videos, I made a couple, I think, for the X3, for the Camaro, and then I'll probably make one for this one. And I think I want to say I made one for my wife's BMW 128, which is also a 2.8. That one's a 6-cylinder 2.8. And so those processes are in my video somewhere. If you're interested in a different car and I have access to it, I can make one. But that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And again, this video is just for those of you that want to change your own oil, basic DIY how-to. Hopefully it helped you out. And of course, especially for the ladies that I have out in my life, so they can look at this video later and just refer to it when they're changing their oil. That's it. Josh, DIY Car Guy, signing out. Hopefully you liked the video, and hopefully you got some value. And if you did, give it a like, or put down a comment if you see that I missed something or you do something different. Let me know.